Good evening, my cherished settlers. Gather close and mark my words well, for the times grow darker with each passing sun. The tidings from afar speak of unrest, of raiders prowling the hills and bandits glimpsed beyond the woods. But we shall not be found wanting. As lady of this land sworn to your welfare, I have taken counsel. Together, we lay forth a design not of fear, but of foresight. First, we shall break ground for our hall fort, our manor not just of bread and board, but of bastion and shield. Its walls shall bear watch over the land, and within its heart shall dwell a garrison of our strongest men, trained and armed to meet any foe who dares disturb our peace. To this end, the smithy shall be granted full flame and forge. Iron shall sing day and night, swords, spears, and arrowheads shall be wrought with care. The fletchers and bowers shall not want for task nor timber. Let every man who can wield blade or bolt find his hand put to use. Let us not forget the sacred charge of the soul. Our church, humble though it be, shall rise anew with doors wide to any who seek shelter and protection. When horns sound and skies darken, we shall find within its walls not only prayer, but shelter. So take heart, my people. Though we are but one corner of this realm, our strength lies not only in stone and steel, but our unity. In faith, in toil, and in watchfulness, we shall endure. Heyo and welcome to another episode of Build and Battle Season 4, where we will build a beautiful medieval city while battling off bandits, brigands, and no-good doers. In our last episode, we kicked off our first episode of Season 4 by providing the settlers of Nymeria their essential needs: food, shelter, storage, and lumber production for future constructions. So if you happen to miss the last episode, then click on the info card above, or if you're looking for a new Manor Lords series to binge watch, then check out the entire Build and Battle Season 4 playlist located in the description below. In today's episode, we're going to prepare our defenses against the bandits that roam the wilds by constructing our manor house and beginning our weapons production line near our iron ore pit. We will also then build our first wooden church so that we can begin constructing level 2 burgage plots, resulting in regional revenue and further resulting in tax revenue, so we can hire mercenaries if need be to defend against these wild bandits. So are you enjoying Build and Battle Season 4? If so, hit that like button, subscribe, share this video with a friend, and let me know in the comments what you're most excited to see in the upcoming episodes. If you can't wait to see the season unfold, consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks, emojis, and early access to the videos. Also, don't miss out on our Build and Battle Season 4 merchandise linked in the description below. Alrighty, so I'm wicked excited to start today's build, so grab your beverage of choice, kick back, and please enjoy. Today, we're going to need to start by finishing some of the constructions we did not have enough time or supplies to do last episode. Specifically, we need to prep for level 2 burgage plots by constructing a stone camp as well as a tannery. Last episode, I wanted to add the tannery near our hunter's camp, however, didn't have enough supplies to finish off the project. Now we are racing against the clock to get some leather into our marketplaces so we can begin upgrading our burgage plots as soon as we have the church. So let's start by finishing that project off before moving on to the stone camp. Now, we only have a little over a year, I believe, before our first raiders come in, so I want to speed up our constructions a bit, and I kind of already have by going off camera and upgrading our hitching posts to stables and constructing one more. This way, we are moving logs faster, and once our constructions are done, I'll assign the oxen to the lumber camp and saw pit. Alright, we got the raiders near report. So, we've received reports of a band of raiders roaming the nearby lands. Should we track their steps? Yes, absolutely, because I am racing to get enough of a militia in to actually be able to fight them off. And the tannery's still not constructed. We can do this. Alrighty, so with only 365 days to go before the bandits attack, I want to jump right into the stone camp and get it up and running with its own little village down here, complete with some market stalls, burgage pala, as well as, I guess just the camp itself. It's a major intersection in this area, so I figured it could develop over time. Now, as I mentioned, I want to try and grow everything organically, so we may even add in a few level 3 burgage plots at this location as time progresses. Oh boy, are we cutting things close. Next, I want to work on the manor house so we can construct the garrison tower. That way, worst case scenario, we have the garrison militia unit to try and fend off the incoming bandits. So let's construct our manor house up here on the cliffside. And honestly, I really hope we make it in time. The bandits are a little under 300 days away, and we have to construct the whole manor house. And honestly, I wanted to construct the manor, the garrison tower, tax office, and a few outer towers. Now, you might be wondering why so much? Well, that is because it's incredibly difficult to add onto the manor house after it's been constructed. It's not impossible, however, which makes me hopeful that future updates will streamline this a little more, as it seems kind of unrealistic to have to build it in one huge construction instead of adding over time. But the game is still in early access, so time will tell. Sort of like how time will tell if the bandits will kick our butts or not in round 1. Oof, we are not gonna finish this in time. Oh, wouldn't be a build and battle season without a few bandit attacks, right? This is how you know I'm a builder and not a fighter. All right, we've got 6 days until the raiders come in. Well, 5 now. Let's count down and see how bad the damage is. Okay, enemy unit has been spotted. Just where? Oof, that's a whole lot of them. 3 bands of 18. That's what, like 36? I must have done that thing in the settings where for some reason I made it harder. Because I can't imagine why it would attack me with 3 bands of bandits right away. Like, I was expecting, like, 1 band. Well, that makes me feel a little better that even if I had tried to time this better, and, like, the manor house had been up and running and our army and militia ready, I don't think we would have had enough to fight 36 people. The question is, how much are they gonna loot? How many people are going to die? It's such a morbid thing to think of, but inevitably I'm assuming we're going to lose some of our population here. Maybe they won't commit war crimes. Okay, they're out of the woods. Interesting. So here would be a very fun tactic. I mean, I don't think we can stretch the manor house walls that far, at least not, not without giving myself some white hair. But how cool would it be if we got 2 outer towers right here to sit archers in and just rain havoc down on them? I mean, even the crossbows. This is such a pinch point that you could easily kill a bunch of bandits right here on this. Honestly, that's a pretty good strategy. We wouldn't be able to do it from this side. Ooh, I don't want to unpause the game. There we go. Or up here. But at least, like, our eastern borders would be pretty darn secure. Okay, where did they go? There they are. Maybe they'll just walk through. I mean, I doubt I'll get that lucky. Oh, no, here they go. Oh, come on. There's just stone in here. Rude. Okay, let's go watch the other guys. Where are you all gonna go? What are you all gonna raid? My trees? It'd be really convenient if you slipped down this slope in the rain and just kind of tumbled into the river. That's so mean to say. But it would be a very nice strategy. At least for me, not for you guys. I've never actually listened to the dialogue on these guys. It's actually kind of violent. I mean, it's warfare. It should probably be violent if it was to be realistic. Where are these guys going? You know, if this manor house was up and running, you guys would be dead. Just want you bandits to know that. Well, these guys are just gonna run around. Let's go see what the other ones are doing, because they're catching everything on fire. It's so rude. Well, our hunting camp. That's gonna take time to build back up. Oh, you can just hear it falling apart. You know, despite being a horrible moment, the graphics are great on this. I think I saw a fisherman's hut. Oh, yep, there they go. They're kind of just running around in the background, like... Don't come back. Seriously. This is probably like my calmest bandit raid ever. Like, I still got 2 of them out here. But I think for the most part, they've kind of gone off to do their own thing. All right, there's still a few bandits running around, but I think we're good to start reconstructing everything. So that's good. So yeah, let's just kind of roll through here, get everything back up and running. This is going to take forever. Oof. Oh my goodness, could you imagine that it takes us so long to get everything back up and running that 3 years pass and they attack us again? That's horrifying to think about. Oh, where's the rest of this rubble? My cherished settlers, hear me. The raiders came like nightfall, swift and without mercy. They took our goods, our homes, and still they linger, as if they owned the very earth our fathers sowed. We fought, we bled, but in the end we chose life over ruin. And so we rose and followed the river's call, winding through hardship until new lands opened its arms. There we planted not just crops, but hope. We named it New Nymeria, not in sorrow, but in defiance. Let those who stole the soil keep its ashes. We carry the soul of our realm onward. Welcome everyone to New Nymeria. As that monologue may have hinted at, we ran into some raider glitches where basically the raiders got stuck in the territory, and even after plundering and burning everything to the ground, they kind of just remained on the map. I did some research online and it seems like there has been a few instances of this. However, this does not mean that Season 4 is over. Instead, we simply, as one may call it, traveled up the river, and we will just start anew. In other words, we are still on the Winding Rivers map, and the only game setting I did actually change is a delivery of arms, because honestly, I actually thought I had turned that on, which is my own folly, and why I wasn't panicking to build super fast in the first episode, because I thought I had a delivery of arms coming in. Anywho, welcome to New Numeria, everyone. So just to do a very fast recap of the resources on this map, we have a rich iron and rich stone deposit, which is honestly pretty ballin'. Then we have some berries, wild game, and clay. We are going to have to heavily rely on foraging and backyard burgage plots as our fertility is utter crap. Like, it's awful. So I will probably reserve our farming lands for barley only, and we will produce food through eggs, vegetables, berries, meat, and probably apple orchards. So glitching raiders aside, I'd like to get New Numeria back up and running right away by placing down our logistic buildings first, as I do not want inclement weather to spoil our food and give us a rough time of our first winter. So I'm going to place down a granary, storehouse, 2 double burgage plots, a well, and a marketplace right here, kind of sort of in the center of the settlement. This will allow us to quickly get the logistic buildings up and running as the travel distance is shorter and thus faster. The double burgage plots will allow us to house at least 4 of the 5 families right away, while assigning 2 of them to each logistics building. Finally, the well is just to keep the burgage plots hydrated, and the marketplace sort of builds itself over time. I think this will create a nice little city-like center of buildings right here, and honestly, I think it could become the new city center of New Numeria. Next, we need to secure a continuous food supply, and I'm going to do that with our bearer deposit by placing 1 forager's hut just for now with a double burgage plot. We will also construct our hunter's camp, however, we will do this next episode as the construction of the hunter's camp would be less for the food supply and more for the hides and the leather. I do want to refocus on our militia as soon as possible, however, I need to prioritize our lumber for our bearer essentials first. Tannery is not as much of an immediate need as a good food supply or continual lumber. Therefore, it will wait to be constructed next episode once we actually have those bare necessities up and running. Alrighty, finally, let's get more lumber coming in, and I'm going to actually build our lumber production in 2 separate spots. The first spot will be off to the right-hand side here, and that will actually contain our lumber camp, a hitching post, and a saw pit. This will focus that line of lumber production for not only construction needs, but also weapon supplies to the iron pit. The next spot is off to the left-hand side here, which will have the fire pit or fire cutter's camp. That's what it's called. And eventually some charcoal production and a storage house. If you guessed it, yes, this is what's going to keep the settlers warm through the winter. So let's get these up and running so that the bare essentials are back within our grasps and we can focus on avenging our fallen brethren from the raider attack. Alrighty, everyone, I think that actually just about wraps up today's episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below letting me know your thoughts on today's build. If you're excited to see the next episode unfold, consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks, emojis, and early access to the videos. And don't forget to check out our Build and Battle Season 4 merchandise linked in the description below. Until next time, I hope everyone has a phenomenal week.